Hi crafters! The other day I was at a store and I saw these adorable clothespins hanging on a string to hang up your Christmas cards. And I thought they were great, and I didn't pick one up, and I regret that now because I went back and they were gone. Absolutely gone. So I thought, well, it's simple enough. I'll just make my own. So what I did find, instead of just a piece of string or ribbon, is an LED line. So you can see that lighting up there. I found some smaller wooden clothespins, so I thought that would be really cute. And I just got a couple of things out, some acrylic paints, some little bits that are for like nail art or, glitter, some shimmery smaller glitter, and some diamond glaze, and made these really cute covered clothespins to go on my LED line to hang up my Christmas cards. Isn't that fun? So I'm going to go ahead and just show you. It's really simple, but I'm going to show you how I did it. So the first thing I did is I got out some acrylic paint, and I grabbed just a smaller flat brush, and I'm just going to, I didn't have to do any prep on the clothespin at all, and just pick your color. I decided just to go red and green. I was going to do white, and the white was just very sheer, and I just didn't like the way it looked on the pin. I couldn't get it to be a bright white, so I just decided the two colors is going to be fine. They're going to be brilliant and shiny, and a little bit more of a deep color. Now I found that with the raw wood it absorbed the paint quite a bit, so I just went over it a few coats. About 3 seemed to do the trick. And working with acrylic paint is so easy. It's just acrylic craft paint. So I was able to just use water, clean off my brush, and I'm just working on a piece of paper towel. I could dip in the water, clean off my brush when I was done with that color. Just dab it. There's still a little red paint in there, so we'll just do a little more. And then go on to my next color, and I can just keep on moving. So once your paints are dry, you just get some little glitters out. So again, I just picked a couple. These were for nail art, so I just had these cute little jars. I can put a link below, and I think I got 50 different little things. So I picked out a gold holographic shimmer and a white small glitter. These are like a little small sequin, and this is just more of a glitter dust. So I just put both of those in this little dish, didn't put a whole lot in there, and I just mixed it up. Then I'm going to get my diamond glaze, and this is all I'm going to use for the top is diamond glaze, but I will do it in 2 coats. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take my diamond glaze, bring it down to the bottom, and I'm just going to go ahead and put some on the top of this and just kind of rub it around. Don't overdo it, but it is sort of, it dries like a resin, which I love because it's like using a resin, but it's really fast. So for something small like this, it works great. And I'm working on top of that paper towel so I can just wipe off when I get a little glue on myself. Now the other thing I recommend having handy is a little pen, sewing pen. And if you get any air bubbles at all, get those out because they'll dry that way. And this first coat I'm not even as worried about, but on the second coat for sure you'll want to make sure there's no dots in there. So I've got my resin based glue on here, and I'm just going to come in. I have a wider flat paintbrush, and I'm just going to come in, pick up some of that glitter. I am not going to touch my paintbrush onto this diamond glaze because it will ruin the paintbrush. But I'm just going to kind of head my hand backwards. I'm lifting it in. I'm just working over the tray, and I'm just tapping and putting some of that sparkle on there. And then just if you have any that sticks off with these little pointy shapes that I had on here, sometimes they stick off. And any glitter would do, of course. Once that's right where you like it, then set it aside, let it dry. And it doesn't take long for that first coat to dry. So I'll do that one more time with the green. So get your diamond glaze, just tap a little bubble on there and just work it around. The paint's dry, it's not going to come up at all, so you can actually just touch that tip down if you need to. And get that just a little bit loaded. This will have a doming effect, so I don't mind that it builds a little here, and then with the second coat it builds quite a bit. So again, I'm just going to put myself in a position to hold my brush where I can pick up some of that and then tap. So I'm going to pick up, I'm a lefty, so you might be working opposite of me. And just get some of those glitters on there. Tap in any of the little sides if any of the little points stick out. Whoops, there we go. And just set those aside to dry for a little bit. Doesn't take very long, maybe 10-15 minutes just for the first coat. The second coat you're going to let dry overnight. I have a couple of these ready to go, however, so I'm going to go ahead and do my second coat. So now you can see that I've got my first coat and it looks really good already, but if you were to feel it, it feels a little rough, so we're just going to seal that all in. So again, take your diamond glaze. This is where if you get a little air bubble, you want to make sure you pop it back out. But go ahead and get your product on there. You can load it up pretty good. It does not run over the sides. It's able to dome. So you just load that up. You can see that's pretty thick on there. It looks a little cloudy. That's going to clear right up and be absolutely glassy when it's done. And then just look for any bubbles. I did a good job here. I don't see any, but if you did, you just go in and pop them. Don't be surprised. They sometimes are a little hard to pop, which is kind of funny. They push around. So just keep working at it. You will get them eventually. And then I am just going to make sure this is coming to those edges. And I'm going to let that just dry overnight. And that is all it takes to make some really pretty glassy little clothespins with some shimmer and sparkle and holiday color, to then go back and clip your Christmas cards on a line. And I just think that's going to be adorable.